Hello all. We are going to study nature and significance of management chapter 1 of class 12 today, and this is very important chapter because the number of chapter which you are going to study in your book 1, that is totally based upon this. So once you understand this chapter, then only you would be able to understand the next chapter which are going to come into your syllabus, right? So the first thing is, as the name of the chapter suggests, nature and significance of management. So what is management? When we are saying this person is a manager, he manages the thing, okay, and this is management thing. So what exactly is management? So management is the process of getting things done, right? So you have to get the things done for the business, or whatever the work has been given to you to achieve your goal. Management is the process of getting the things done with the aim of achieving goal. The word is effectively and efficiently, right? So effectively and efficiently you have to achieve this goal, right? So we can say, as a person, my aim into the business is getting the work done, whatever the work has been assigned to me as a manager, or if I'm the owner, then I have to manage, right? So I have to get the work done with efficiently and effectively. Now this is the process of primary activities of the function. That means I have to do all the function which are related to the management, right? Related to the work. Now what are the function that is related to management, we will study further in the chapter. The first we have to understand management, right? So this is a process of planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling, of course, right? So this you have to perform. The second thing is, whatever your work is being given to you, you have to get it done, but effectively, first thing, and second thing, efficiently. Now what is effectiveness, or how the work is called? The work has been done effectively. That means the goal has to be achieved within the deadline. That is called turnaround time nowadays in the corporate world. That means you have to complete your work within the time which has been given to you by the top management or the management which supervises you. Let's take the example in your school. You have to complete your syllabus within the time, within the stipulated time. You have to complete your holiday homework which has been given to you before the school opens, right? Similarly, efficiency mean, what does mean of efficiency? Efficiency is, let's say you have been given the cost, right? The cost has given to you 10 rupees to manufacture something. So within this cost, if you are manufacturing 9 rupees, or you are manufacturing for 10 rupees, or you are manufacturing for 8 rupees, that means you are completing the work within the cost given to you. So that means efficiency means when you are completing your times within the resources or the cost which has been assigned to you. If you are going above that, you are not efficient. So effectively means you are completing the task within the time, and efficiency means when you are completing the work within the resources or the cost which has been given to you, right? So this is called management. That means you are getting the work done, or the process of planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling, and you are doing that effectively and efficiently, right? That is called management. Okay, this is the meaning of management when we are talking about the management, right? Now, characteristics of management. What are the feature, right? What are the feature when we say this process is management? The first thing is goal orientation. That means whatever the work you are doing under the management, that needs to have a certain goal, right? Then only you can say yes, you are doing any kind of management thing. Let's say you are in class 12th, you are managing your study. Now you are goal oriented. The first goal is to pass the class 12th CBSE examination, right? This is the first goal. Then whatever the personal goal you have uh, sets for yourself, let's say you have set yourself goal of 90% or 95% or 97%, whatever the task you have, assign to yourself, that is called goal, that needs to be achieved by you in 2026-27, right? So goal orientation means every work which has been assigned to you in management, you have to be goal oriented. That means you need to have a certain goal in a certain period of time which you are going to achieve, right? That is called goal oriented. So management is goal oriented. They are having certain objective which needs to be achieved, right? All pervasive. Now all pervasive means the management is all pervasive everywhere. You can see management everywhere. It's not like that the management is only appearing in the business. It can be in business, right? It can be in the business, ये business में भी होती है, and it can be in the non-business organization as well. Let's say sports, etc., right? Or NPO, non-profit organization, whatever type of organization you have, they are having management, right? In sports as well, you have to manage the things, right? Let's say you are a cricket team, so who would be the fast bowler, who would be the spinner, who would be the batsman, who would be the opening batsman, so you have to decide all those things. So that means management in sports, right? And business, you know that business, you have to have a good management so that you can achieve your task. At the same time, the second thing is the pervasive means at all level, at all level. That means at top level and mid level, right? So mid level, you need to have the mid level as well, and then operation level. So in all the level you are having management. आपके पास management होता है सभी सभी लेवल पे, चाहे वो टॉप लेवल मैनेजमेंट हो, चाहे वो बॉटम लेवल मैनेजमेंट हो, चाहे मिड लेवल मैनेजमेंट हो. दैट मीन्स द मैनेजमेंट इज ऑल परवेसिव. मैनेजमेंट इज in business and non-business activity. At the same time, management is pervasive. It is existing at all level of work, that is top level management, mid level management, and operation level management as well. Now the next feature or the characteristics of the management is multidimensional. Multidimensional means the management had different aspects. They are managing, they are getting things done from the different perspective. The first thing is work. You have to get the work done, whatever the work is being done in the organization, that has to be done. So work has to be managed, right? The first characteristic. Or when we are saying multidimensional, that means it is related to work. That means second thing, it is also related to the people. You need to manage the people whomsoever it is, right? The top management, they are managing the people at the mid-level management like AVP, VPs, managers, or departmental manager, etc. So they need to manage the people. At the same time, mid-level management people are managing all the people who are at operation level, right? The people who are supervising at the factory level or at the level where the work are being performed, right? At the operation level management or the lower level managers are seen to the people who are actually performing the act, right? Who are actually related to the operation. Now you will wonder about the two word, that is what is work, then what is operation. Operation means any business organization for whatever activity that has been established for. Let's say your school has been established for providing the uh, knowledge to you and providing the education to you. That all the activity related to the education falls under the category of operation for a school. But there are other activity as well. They are managing the buses to ply to pick up and drop the students. They are doing the administration work, they are doing the IT work, they are doing the taxation work, etc. They are doing the security work. So all those works are related to administration, etc., falls under the category of work, right? So the management is related to work, management is related to the people who are working in the organization, and obviously management is related to the operation, the activity for the business has been set up for, right? The next thing is management is a continuous activity. Now continuous activity means the management will go on forever. That means one day, it is not a one day activity that on Monday you are going to your business and you are managing the thing, you are giving the work to the different people, you are making the strategy and policy, and that's it, you are going on holiday. No, it's not like that. On day-to-day basis you have to manage the things. Let's say today the internet is not working, then you have to manage the thing, how the work should be done, or there is a electricity outage, so you have to manage those things. Then on weekly basis, then on monthly basis, then on yearly basis, you have to manage the things. So this is a continuous process, it cannot end. Okay. The next thing is group activity. Management is a group activity. You cannot manage yourself only and you are saying you are managing the things. No, management is a group activity where different people are working in an organization to achieve the objective of the business. So you have to achieve the organization goal with the help of the different people. So there are diverse people who are coming from the different backgrounds, so you have to manage as a team and work in the harmony so that every individual contribute their 100% and you can achieve the organization goal, right? This is the dynamic function. The next feature is dynamic function. Dynamic function means this is a very dynamic function because what happens, the business environments keeps on changing. Your third chapter will be business environment. The activity, the things which are making impact on the business, it can be social, it can be economic, it can be other as well. So they are impacting the business. So as a manager, what you have to do is you have to on day-to-day basis you have to manage all those activity. So when the time is changing, when the things are changing, socio-economic activity, political or technological factors are nowadays, everybody is talking about AI rather than IT, information technology. So everything you have to manage, right? So it is a very dynamic function. You cannot say that yes, I have all the knowledge and I will go on forever and I will manage all the activity of the business like this. No, you have to change, you have to understand the people's requirement, social requirement and the technological requirement, and on the basis of that you have to manage the things. So that is why it is called a dynamic function which keeps on changing. Then comes the intangible force. Management is an intangible force. That means you cannot see. If somebody is saying to the person, let's say you have a garment factory, and after one day when the people are going off to their home, you can ask the people that how much shirt you have manufactured, how much, let's say, trouser you have manufactured, right? But as a manager, what would you ask? How much you have planned, how much you have organized, or how much you have motivated the people? You cannot quantify everything what the management manager does, right? So this is an intangible thing, because sometimes you counsel the people, sometimes you motivate the people, right? Sometimes you give them the corrective action plan. So it is related to the these are related to the mindful activity or psychological activity which you cannot see. So that is why it is called intangible thing. So management is an intangible things which impact the business but you can't see it, right? So that is why it is called intangible force. So these are the characteristics or the features of the management, right? The next thing is objective of management. Now what do you want to achieve with the help of management? That is called objective. After a certain time, let's say you are uh, in a business, you have been given the job of finance manager, right? You have been given you are a CA, right? And you have been given as a CFO job. You are a chief financial officer and you have been assigned the job. So what are the things you are going to achieve in a year? आप उस साल में क्या अचीव करने की कोशिश करेंगे? So there are multiple objective of the management. So we will discuss one by one. The first thing is organization objective. So first thing is everything whatever happens in the business, organization supersede from all aspects. Organization is the thing you have to consider first, right? So organization objective you will try to achieve in management activity. In organization objective, you have different objectives. The first thing is survival. So in the business, where is a number of competitors are working, so very competitive environment is there because number of people are doing the same kind of business. The first thing what you would like to do is survival. So you would like to generate enough revenue to the business so that you can survive for the longer time. If you survive in the business, then only you can go for the profit or other type of objective of business, right? Then comes the profit. Until unless after survival you make profit, you would not be able to pay off your salary to the employee. You cannot purchase the raw material, etc. You cannot do the CSR activity, corporate social responsibility, which you have studied in class 11th, right? So you have to make the profit. So this is one of the objective of the management, so that they can derive enough profit for the business. Then comes the growth. You cannot go in a linear term. That means you are making 1 crore profit every year. You cannot, because the if you are aware of that, the inflation word, that means the value of the currency goes down every year. Let's say if we have only very limited inflation, that is 5 to 6%, then every year 5 to 6% your value of your currency is going down. That means every year if you are making 1 crore profit, so 1 crore profit first year, that is the value of 1 crore. In the second year, that will be, if the inflation is 6%, then your actual value of 1 crore will be 96 lakhs. So this is called growth. You need to have the growth every year. That means you need to grow so that you can survive in the business, you can compete in the business, and you can flourish in the business. So these are the three things you have to do for the organization objective. Then comes the social objective. Not only the organizational objective you have to achieve. Nowadays we have a very different mindset. The greater you do the social welfare activities for the society, the more the goodwill you generate for the business, and you make more profit. In class 11th, you have studied a chapter called Corporate Social Responsibility and Business Ethics, wherein social objective has been discussed, right? So what you have to do is, whatever the profit you are making, you have to spend something in the social activities, so that people know about your work, people know about your welfare activity, and you generate goodwill so that people attach to your business and they can come again and again to your business, and you generate revenue over a period of time. So what you can do is, you can do eco-friendly method of the production, so there is no pollution whatsoever. You are giving good employment to the weaker section or the different people, right, or the woman. Basic amenities like schools, crèches, etc. you are opening. There are number of organizations which are opening school, colleges, and they are making road, or they are providing the clean water, etc. So these organizations are doing these kind of activity. This is very important for the generation of goodwill. Then comes the personal objective. The people who are doing business in your organization, भाई उनके लिए भी आपको कुछ करना पड़ेगा. Every person who is coming to your organization, he has an objective, right? To earn money, to grow himself with you. Then they have the self-esteem, so that people know that yes, he is working with a good organization like TCS, like Infosys, like Google, right? So that gives a very good goodwill to the person, and that is what people want. So there are personal objectives of the people which you have to satisfy. The number one thing is salaries and the perks you have to give. Salary and all other allowances and the amenities you have to give to the people. So this is one of the objective of the business towards the personal objective of the people who are working. Peer recognition and growth, that means you are recognizing the people for their effort they are doing in the business. At the same time they are growing as well, that means you are providing promotion etc to the people. Then comes the safe, healthy and work condition, and you are providing a very good work environment to the people where they feel very safe and they are healthy for a longer period of time. And that kind of business environment if you are providing, believe me, people are very happy to work with your organization, right? So these are the objective of management. The first is organization management, they have three here. Then the social objective, and then comes the personal objective, right? So these are the objective of management. Then comes why management is crucial at all. ये क्यों crucial है, इसको आप कह सकते हैं कि ये importance भी है. This is called importance of management. Why management is important at all. क्यों हम बिजनेस में मैनेजमेंट करें, या इतने बड़े बड़े बिजनेसमैन जो आप आईआईएम से आईआईटी से लेके आते हैं, क्यों इनको हायर करें एंड लाखों करोड़ों की सैलरी दे दो. देयर आर number of importance. The first thing is achieve group goals. So what happens when the people are there who are educated, who are professional in nature, and they are made managers and they are doing the management activity, they achieve the group goal because there are a number of people who are working in the organization, somebody in sales, somebody in marketing, somebody in purchase, somebody in finance, somebody in HR. So everybody have to do their objective and you have to achieve all those objectives so that you can achieve the objective of the business. Then comes the increase in the efficiency. So a good manager, how they increase the efficiency. Every person who is a manager or the supervisor, he understands his subordinates and he know what kind of training, what kind of guidance he requires. So on the basis of that information, he is providing training and other things to the employees. Like somebody is working in the finance, so he may be provided the knowledge of IT and the Excel, MS Excel, so that he can perform and he can provide their report in a very good manner, right? So increase efficiency, this is one of the importance of management. Then comes the create dynamic organization. So one of the things what you have to do is you have to create dynamism in the business organization where people are not afraid of changes, rather they are taking initiative to bring the changes, to embrace the changes. Like nowadays everybody is very scared of about their job because the AI is coming very fast. But rather than being scared, what you have to do is you have to understand the thing with the help of your manager, what are the things required, and you can understand all those things, you can get all those skill in place in you, and then you can perform the task. So this is called dynamic organization. You have to make the people ready to embrace the changes. That is called dynamic organization. Achieve personal objective. Now you are managing the people. When we are talking about the dimension of the management, the one dimension is people, right? So you have to promote the team spirit, cooperation and individual goal alignment, right? When everybody is achieving their target, so obviously the department will achieve their target. If the department achieve their target, so obviously the business segment will achieve their target. If all the business segment achieve their targets, so business will achieve their target. So achieve personal objective, that means you have to make sure that every individual who is under you achieve their target. You are promoting a sense of belief as a team spirit, and you are working with the help of cooperation, and every individual has been aligned goal and given importance as far as business is concerned, right? And the next one is develop society. So this is the newer objective of the business, that is called corporate social responsibility. As a good manager, as a very dynamic manager, what you have to do is not only you have to concern about the increase or growth in the business, you have to think about the society as well, because what you are doing is you are taking all the all the resources from the business, for the business from the society, and you are making different kind of pollution to the society and environment, so you have some kind of obligation toward the society as well, and that is why management is very crucial in developing the society, right? Now comes the nature of management. नेचर ऑफ मैनेजमेंट क्या है? अब इसमें हम समझेंगे कि मैनेजमेंट क्या है। मैनेजमेंट एक जॉब की तरह आप कर सकते हैं, मैनेजमेंट एक प्रोफेशनल की तरह से आप कर सकते हैं, मैनेजमेंट एक आप बिजनेस की तरह से आप कर सकते हैं। क्या है मैनेजमेंट एक्चुअली, इसका नेचर क्या है? यू मस्ट हैव स्टडीड चैप्टर नंबर 1 इन क्लास 11th वेयर यू हैव स्टडीड एम्प्लॉयमेंट, प्रोफेशन एंड बिजनेस। सो मैनेजमेंट को यहाँ पे उसी पर्सपेक्टिव से देखा गया है कि मैनेजमेंट आर्ट है या मैनेजमेंट एज ए साइंस है। सो उसके बेसिस पे जब हम इसको देख लेंगे देन वी विल डिस्कस वेदर मैनेजमेंट इज ए प्रोफेशन और नॉट। चलिए पहले आर्ट देखते हैं कि ये आर्ट है कि नहीं। तो स्टेटस ये कहता है यस, मैनेजमेंट इज कंप्लीटली आर्ट। नाउ व्हाट इज द फीचर ऑफ consider management as an art? The first thing is based on personalized application and theoretical knowledge. So what happens when we are talking about any kind of art? The personalized application and theoretical knowledge is very much required. So being a manager, you need to understand the personalized application and theoretical knowledge of management, and you are getting the knowledge from the business studies. Going forward in graduation, you will get more knowledge from the organization and business management, and lots of subjects are there: secretarial practice and office management. Then you will go to IIM, and then you will study different books and chapters and topics, so that you can get the information about the management and how you can implement that, right? So this is theoretical knowledge, then refined through the continuous practice, and then you have to do the continuous practice about that. So being a manager, when you are a fresher in the business, you do things, you manage things in a very good way. But when you are passing time, or you are an experienced person, you are an experienced manager, right? You are managing things in a very versatile and experienced and very good way. So this happens because of the time and the experience. The more you practice the management activities, the more you are refined in doing that. So management, consider this thing as an art, and art has this kind of things. Then comes the creativity. You need to be a creative. Every manager, there are number of managers who are working in the different organization, right? So there are number of people who are famous. जैसे कि आप हम कहें कि भारत में इतने सारे लोग हैं, लेकिन आप दीपक पारेख को जानते हैं? he is very famous because he has managed HDFC. ठीक है, आपने मुकेश अंबानी को जाना होगा. You must be knowing about the Mukesh Ambani. Why he is famous? Because he is a very good manager, right? You must be knowing about other people, Gautam Adani, etc. They are creating their business value on day-to-day basis, and that is why they are called creative. They are making different kind of things, value addition, and the people are spending their money on their business. Then comes the personalized skills, or over a period of time you develop your personalized skills, right? I am giving you very personal example. In class 12 you must be having different kind of teachers, like business studies teacher, accountancy teacher, mathematics teacher, and you must be having English teacher. But some teacher you like, some teacher you like, but some teacher you don't like that much, right? Let's say you are liking accountancy teacher very good because he has a personalized skill. He understands your requirement. On the basis of that, he makes sure that he teaches in that particular way. But the English teacher you don't like, because they are not pronouncing the word in a way you like or you try to understand, or there may be different kind of or different uh, things you don't like about her or him, right? The way they are carrying themselves, the way of speaking, the way of behaving with the students. So this is called personalized skills of a person when they are doing the activity. Same happen with the nature of management. So you have to bring in some personalized skill while doing the management. So this is one of the activity of the art, and this is in art. So that is why all these things are in management. That is why management is called art. Now we have to find out whether management is a science or not. Now what is science exactly? Science is a subject or an understanding which is giving you a relationship between the act and its impact, right? What are you doing and what will be the impact? If you are throwing sodium into water, they react in a very rigorous way, right? This is the rule of chemistry, right? So similarly, do we have anything which are related to science in management? Yes. Let's go one by one. Systemized body of knowledge. Do we have systemized body of knowledge? Yes, we do have systemized body of knowledge. We have lots of books on management. We have different kind of techniques to manage the people. Going forward in class 12th as well, you will study in your direction chapter different techniques to manage the people, and going forward in graduation and post graduation you will study a lot of techniques to manage the people and the work, right? In the principle of management you would have studied that. So yes, we do have certain kind of systemized body of knowledge in science, right, which is based on observation and experimentation. You observe the people, you observe the work, and you can have the systemized body of knowledge. The principle of management totally based upon that. Then principles are rigid as physics or chemistry. Yes, we do have certain principle in the management में हमारे principles हैं which can be followed to do the management activity, but they are not as rigid. जैसे मैंने बोला, if you are throwing the sodium into water, that will react in Delhi, that will react same in Melbourne, that will react same in New York. But the principle of management are not as rigid. The people can react. If you are increasing the salary, the people in India might be very happier because we are not that much rich country. But if you are increasing the salary in America or in Australia, they might not be happy because they are more concerned about the timing of work, timing of job, holidays, and the work environment rather than the salary only. But in India, that is not the case. So the principle of management are not as rigid, right? Due to the human factor. So on the basis of all these things, we can say management is a science, but not that exact science. You can change according to the place, time, and situation. As the situation might be, you can change accordingly. Now when comes as a profession, whether the management is a profession or not, it is an emerging profession. Because what happens, we will discuss one by one. When a knowledge you are getting is called profession. You are saying CA is a profession, right? Why you are called? Because specialized knowledge, right? Yes, management do have specialized knowledge. When you are studying the principle of management, Gangplank, right, scalar chain, these are specialized knowledge you will get to know, right? But to the restrictive extension extent, right? Because anybody from the science can also learn that. It's not like that you cannot learn afterwards. Okay, so specialized knowledge is there but not that rigorous. Then come restricted entry. Restricted entry means CA. Now everybody cannot enter into the auditing, because any person who is qualified as per the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India and he has been given degree as a chartered accountant, he can only audit in India. So that is called a profession where the entry is restricted, right? Similarly, if you are a doctor, then you get the registration under the Medical Council of India, then you can practice in India as a registered practitioner, right? As a doctor. Everybody cannot go for the medical profession. But in management, a 10th pass can be a manager, right? A 12th pass can be a manager. If somebody opens their business and they are managing all the things, there are a number of people who are having the showroom and they are 12th pass or graduated, and they are managing their business in a very good manner. So they are also manager. But there is no restriction at all. They don't have any kind of specialized knowledge at all, right? Mandatory professional body. Now I'm telling you, there are specific profession like chartered accountant. So they have ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. Then company secretary, ICSI, Institute of Company Secretary of India. Then you have CMA, right? You have CMA, so you have a body of Institute of Cost and Works Accountant. Similarly, if you are a medical professional, so you have a body of MCI, Medical Council of India. So when or you are a lawyer, so you are a professional and you are a lawyer, so you have Bar Council of India. So you need to have a professional body, and for management we don't have body like this. If you are not a member of that particular body, even then you can become the manager. So this is the third thing which is lacking. Okay, and the next thing is binding ethical or code. Currently, do we have any kind of uh, ethical code which has been given by the professional body of the managers? No, we don't have any kind of ethical code of conduct. But when you are talking about the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, when you are talking about the Institute of Company Secretary of India, which say that you need to wear the blazer of the Institute of Company Secretary of India and you need to have the necktie of logo of the Institute of Company Secretary of India when you are presenting the case of a client in the quasi-judicial body. So this is called code of conduct, but we don't have any code of conduct for the manager's profession, management profession. So that is why we are calling management is emerging profession. This is not a full-fledged profession, this is an emerging profession, right? So this is the nature of management. Then comes the level of management. Level of management कौन कौन से होते हैं? We have the top level management. Top level management means इसका कुछ इस प्रकार से you can have this kind of grid, right? So this is your bottom level. Here this is your bottom level managers, this is your mid level managers, and this is your top level managers. So top level managers are the people who are making, थोड़ा सा ध्यान देना, top level managers are the people who are actually framing policies and strategizing the things for the business to compete with the peer in the industry. That means, one, they are making the strategy, they are making the policies. Why so? For the survival, to compete with the peers, right? And who are the people? Board of directors, CEO, somewhere it is called COO, somewhere it is called MD, right? And chairman. All these people falls under the category of top management, and policy and strategy are the things they are making. Then comes the mid-level management. Mid-level management, all the departmental and the division managers falls under the category of this. AVP, VP, etc. also falls under this category. And what they are doing, they are taking all the strategy and the policy, they are trying to interpret all those policy and the strategy and understanding it, and then they are communicating to the lower level managers or the operation level managers. Now if somebody says, let's say I'm telling you one of the things, the Reliance says Campa, they are reviving one of the oldest brand of soft drink, Campa, and they are saying let's take, they are saying they will increase the visibility of Campa, right? They will make the competitive along with the Pepsi and the Coke. So let's say they are saying 20% increase. So how that is going to be done? This will be they are going, mid-level management, they are going to interpret that, they are going to make different kind of policies and different kind of frame of work, right? And then they will give it that work to the bottom level manager, how to do the ad, how to make the people aware about that. So that will be given to the lower level management. So mid level management is the link between the top level managers and the bottom level managers or the operation level management. They take the information from here and give the information to the lower level by interpreting the policies and giving the information to the lower level. Besides that, they plan, they organize, they direct the people, or they control the people under them. Then comes the operation level manager. Operation level managers or the bottom level managers or the first line managers, they are the people actually dealing with the people who actually are working right at the factory level. जो factory level पे काम करते हैं with the workforce, we can say the workforce, they are dealing with the people. So they are actually interacting with the people. They are maintaining the output quality standards and minimize the waste and maximize the output, and they are controlling the quality as well. So obviously they are also managing the people, they are planning the things, they are organizing the things for all the people. That means they are giving the work to the different people. At the same time, they are controlling all these people, right? So all those foremen, all those factory managers, all those supervisors falls under the category of this level, operation level management. This is called level of management in this, right? The next thing is function of management. Function of management, if you don't remember, what you can do is your first book is having all these chapter, right? Your first chapter is nature and significance of management, the second is principle of management, the third is business environment. Then comes the fourth chapter, the fifth chapter, the sixth chapter, the seventh chapter, the eighth chapter. So you can have fourth chapter planning, fifth chapter organizing, sixth chapter staffing, seventh chapter directing, eighth chapter controlling. The chapter name you can memorize, then obviously you will get to know about this. The first thing, the function of management, the primary function of management is planning. This is called primary function. Why so? Because we start from here for the management. Now what to do, how to do, when to do, and who is going to do that, that bridges the gap. Kahan se we have to start and where we need to go, right? Where we need to go, this is the bridge we have to fill in planning. Kaun karega? Who is going to do that? How? Who is going to do that? The person will assign the job. How to do that? The method will be taken out. Who is going to do that? In what time? Okay, that is the standard you are setting up. So this is planning. What to do, how to do, and who is going to do that. That process is called planning. And in the later chapter we will study more about this. Then comes the organizing. Now organizing means grouping the activity and dividing the task to the different people, right? Assigning duties and giving different tasks to the different people. Let's say A, B, C, you are giving, you are CFO, right? You are CFO, you are production manager, you are finance manager, or you are sales manager, right? Sales manager. So different kind of manager are being given different kind of task. So that is called assigning of duties and grouping of activities. Like same activities are grouped in one segment, and that is called department, right? So departmentalization of activities are being done in this. जैसे आपकी selling है, so selling, all those activity which are being done by the different people related to the selling, they falls under the one category that is called sales department, and one person will be responsible for all that activity and the people. That is called sales department, and that person is called sales manager. Similarly, CFO is the person who is looking after all the financial and accounting activity, and he will see to it, and he will be held responsible for that. And all activity related to accounting, finance, and auditing will fall under the category of finance department. So this is how the organization is done. Staffing is, this is the process of finding the right people for the right job at the right time. That means when the people are required, if somebody is retiring or somebody has left the job, that is the right time to get the people. Right people means you have to get the right kind of people. If I am finding a CA for the clerk level position, so that would not be sufficient for the business, because a CA cannot do the clerk activity. Similarly, a PhD person cannot do the clerk activity. So you have to do the right person. Or a CA cannot do the production activity. You have to find a IIT person or the engineer for that. So right people at the right job. So job would be right for the right person. If you are hiring the CA, you have to give the finance and accounting activity to them. So that is why this is the process of finding the right people for the right job at the right time. That is called staffing. Under this, recruitment, training, placement, development, etc., we related to the people, we take care all those activity, and in detail we will study in the later chapter. Then comes the directing. Directing is very important thing, and that is totally related to mind game. That is what I give an example. The directing is nothing but a process of influencing, leading, coaching, counseling, and motivating the employee who are working under you so that they can give their 100% and you can achieve the goal of the organization and the department which you are heading right now. ठीक है, so आप क्या करते हैं, you are leading the people how to do the work, you are influencing them, please do the work and be the number one in the industry, motivating them. Sometimes the people are not motivated, ठीक है, जैसे गवर्नमेंट जॉब में होता है, ठीक है, the work is being done, you are motivating them, ठीक है. Sometimes people are not aware of the work, how to do that. If somebody is working on SAP and they are going for Oracle now, so they would not be able to understand the Oracle. So you have to do the counseling activity as well as the training activity. So that is called directing process, and that is very important. And the last activity is controlling. Controlling is the activity in which the actual performance of the employee are measured, and then that is compared with the actual जो आपके होते हैं स्टैंडर्ड से. आपने स्टैंडर्ड फिक्स कर दिया, मैंने आपके पेरेंट्स ने स्टैंडर्ड फिक्स कर दिया कि आपके 90% नंबर आने चाहिए, ठीक है. नाउ व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज you have to do the activities to get the 90% marks, right? 90% marks लाने के लिए आपको activities करनी होंगी. Now how they will control? When first your first assessment is done, your UT test is done, and they will compare with the actual standard, that is 90%, and you have scored, let's say, 85%. So they will compare the things, and then they will find the deviation. What are the deviation? Okay, you have scored 95 in maths, 95 in accountancy, 95 in business studies, but you are lacking in economics and English. That means they are trying to find the variation, and they find that okay, you are not good at theoretical subject, you are good at numerical subject. So this is the reason which are taking you 85% rather than 90%, which are set the target for you. So they will work upon them, and then this will be corrected. So this is the whole process. So controlling is the process of monitoring the actual performance. They are actually finding your performance, right? Then they are comparing the actual performance with the set standard. They will find the deviation and they will take the corrective action, ठीक है. So this is process which is called controlling, and this is very much required in every business, because of without controlling you cannot achieve your targets, because nobody in the world wants to work without any control or without any pressure. So you have to control the people, you have to control the processes, you have to control the department, you have to control the segments. Then only you can achieve the targets of your business, right? So this is function of management. Then comes the coordination. Now what is coordination? जैसे sometime you are playing football, I am giving an example of football. So what happens, you have to coordinate among the 11 people. So defender are defending so that the other team cannot score against you. Then the midfielder are taking the balls to the forward line position, and the forward line position they are trying to score goal for your team so that you can win the match. Same thing happens in the business. To achieve the objective of the business, coordination is the process of synchronizing all the activities of the different department and the different people। ठीक है, इसको हिंदी में भी समझा देता हूँ। ये आपका कोऑर्डिनेशन, जो समन्वय, जो प्रोसेस होता है, ये एक तारतम्य लाने की कोशिश होती है सभी लोगों के प्रयासों में और सभी डिपार्टमेंट के प्रयासों में, जिससे कि कंपनी के गोल, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के गोल को अचीव किया जा सके। दैट मीन्स ऑल द पीपल आर वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स दैट। एज ए फुटबॉल प्लेयर, एवरीबडी इज ट्राइंग टू स्कोर द गोल्स, so everybody has different kind of responsibility, right? Similarly, all the teacher in your class, they are trying to get you 100%, so everybody is trying to do their activity, but as a principal, as a coordinator, or as a vice principal, they have the activity of coordination or synchronization of all the activity which are being done by all the teachers, all the coordinates, and all the students, so that the actual objective of the school and the students can be achieved, right? So again, I'm saying coordination is the process of synchronization of all the activities of the department and the people, so that the group goal of the organization can be achieved, right? ये word याद रखना, synchronization। So it is not a separate function of management, every manager is doing these kind of activity, right? So सभी करते हैं। जैसे मान लो if somebody is not turning today, so what happen, what needs to be done, somebody else has to be given that work। You must have noted that in your school, if let's say your accountancy teacher is not turning up today, so what happens, somebody else is assigned that period, so that you can have some kind of study related work in that particular period, or people will not wander here, or roam around here and there, so you will have a substitution, you must be aware of that, right? So that is called coordination। Now, characteristics of the coordination. What are the feature of coordination? The first thing is integrate efforts. All the people are working. Your English teacher, your accountancy teacher, your business studies teacher, your economics teacher, and one more subject, your mathematics teacher, are working towards 100% getting the result. But what happens? Somebody needs to, let's say the math teachers require more periods, so somebody has to leave their period. So as a timetable in charge, or as a coordinator, or as a vice principal, you have to speak to some teacher, let's say English teacher, that please leave your some of the periods and give it to the maths teacher, so that they can complete and they can have the more practice with the students to get the 100% marks, right? So that is called integrates the effort। You have different type of people, different kind of डिपार्टमेंट, डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ सेगमेंट। सेगमेंट का मतलब आपको मैं समझा दूं, जैसे आईटीसी है आपका, आईटीसी राइट। So they have different segment, they have tobacco, they have hotel business, they have garment business, right? They have different kind of businesses. So if the every segment achieve their target, then only the ITC company can achieve their target. So that is called integration of efforts। Then comes the unity of action। Unity of action means everybody work as a team and work in a tandem। ठीक है, सबके सब जो है एक यूनिफॉर्मिटी से काम करेंगे, work as a team, then only the common goal of the organization can be achieved, and this is continuous process। coordination is a continuous process। let's take the example of substitution। सबसे जो होते हैं आपके स्कूल में, let's say मंडे को अकाउंट्स का टीचर आपका छुट्टी पे है, ट्यूसडे को मैथ्स का टीचर छुट्टी पे है, देन ऑन वेडनेसडे द अदर person is on leave, so what happens, the substitution in charge has to give the duties to the some teachers। so this is called continuous process। the coordination for a manager is a continuous process which cannot be done for 1 hour or 1 day, it has to be done on the continuous basis till the time the business exists। so this is the continuous process which you have to done on the day-to-day basis। and the next thing is that is a deliberate function। deliberate means it's not like that you do it at a one go, or you are doing just like that। whenever you are doing the coordination things, you have to take a lot of things into consideration, you have to give a good amount of consideration to the different aspect, you have to discuss with the different people, and you have to give a deliberate thought, so that you can go on a conclusion. जैसे I'm saying your English teacher is on leave, right? So your English teacher is on leave, so you have to think about which teacher you have to give the period, right? So first thing you have to see who is free. Free कौन है? Let's say you want to give to the math teacher straight away because he can have the more practice, but he doesn't have the free period. Then you go for the other teacher. Let's say accountancy teacher you want to. He is also not free. Then you have the economics teacher. Yes, she is free. So what you can do is you can give the periods, but at the same time you have to think about, okay, the math syllabus is not that good what it should have been covered till now. So you will try to free the maths teacher to give the period in your class. That is called a deliberate function, that you are freeing a maths teacher and giving periods in your class. So that is why coordination is called a deliberate function, which has been given a lot of consideration before doing that, right? So these are the characteristics of the coordination. Then why the coordination is required at all? Whatever we are discussing in the management, the first thing, because the money is involved over here, and after 3 years or 4 years you will be jumping into jobs or the business. The first thing will be, and as being a commerce background student, you always think about the cost and the profit, right, and the purpose of that. So why at all we are doing coordination? The first thing is growth factor. The first thing is growth in size. So what happens, let's say you have a shop, okay, you are managing a shop, you can manage your shop your own. Then you have a showroom, large showroom where 100 people are working, even then you can manage. But you have a company where 1,000 people are working, now you cannot manage your own. So what you have to do is you have to find number of people whom you can coordinate with, and they will control all other people who are actually working. So growth in size of the business lead to the coordination. Then comes the functional differentiation. A functional differentiation का मतलब क्या होता है? A CFO is a chartered accountant who has a totally different mindset of taxation and accounting. A production manager is a person who is having the technical background of as an engineer, so that is totally related to machine and works, etc., or physics, right? You cannot understand all those activity. Similarly, if somebody is doing the HR thing, human related activity, that is a totally different part, that is not related to machine, etc., etc. So you as a manager or as a managing director, you cannot control all these things which are totally different in nature. These are very diversified activities. So what happens, you assign one people, chartered accountant for financial activity, engineer for production activity, then human resource person, MBA and HR, who is doing the HR activity. Then you control these three people, and they three people control the further. So this is called functional differentiation. Because of that, the coordination is very much required for a manager. Then comes the specialization. And specialization का मतलब क्या होता है? Over a period of time, when you are doing one thing again and again and again, you become the specialized person of that particular task, and you are giving good production compared to the other people. That is related to the factory related people as well, labor class people, and this is also related to the higher level position. जैसे आप हैं, आप commerce पढ़ रहे हैं, studying commerce, after period of 2 years in school, 3 years in college, 2 years as a post graduation, or you 4 5 years of CA. So what you become? You become a specialized person in commercial activities or the commerce, accountancy and finance related activities. So what happens, you have ego clashes with the other people. ठीक है, you are very specialized in your thought process. You are not thinking about physics, you are not thinking about the machine, you are not thinking about the people, you are only thinking about the finance, you are only thinking about how to get the money at the lower cost, how to save your interest, right? So there comes the ego clashes as well. You have when there is an engineer, chartered accountant, MBA, HR. So to remove all these kind of activity, what you have to do is you have to find out different people and you coordinate with them, and they people coordinate with the further people who are working all these activity. And that is why coordination is required. So why coordination is important, why coordination is required, why coordination comes into picture? The answer is growth in size of the business, functional differentiation of the different people and the different department, and specialization of activities and the people. And that is why you require coordination, right? So these are the points, major points in this chapter. So what you can is you can go through with my lecture, and whatever doubts or whatever problem you come across, what you can do is you can uh, give the comments and you can give the suggestion or you can give the doubt. I will definitely come to you, revert to you with the solution and the improvisation in my lecture. Thank you very much. Have a very nice day.